Catch up, everybody.
Not a popular one. Come on, guys. On to the next one. What's more likely, Mbappe winning the Golden Boot or Messi winning the Golden Boot?
Oof.
Mbappe started with the brace. Messi with his first World Cup hat-trick.
I'll go first. I'll say Messi. Messi, I think, is more of a catalyst for Argentina. The play runs through him consistently. Mbappe, there's more goals out there to share, I think, on that French team with Elise and even Barcola coming off the bench. And they just got a plethora of options. Not to say that Argentina doesn't, but I just feel like more of the play runs through Messi. So I'll say Messi.
But with that logic, I would say Mbappe because he has more of a supporting cast that can provide more assists, more balls sent in. Messi, to me, I think they really rely on him. And yes, he's incredible. He's the GOAT. He's going to score some goals. But you look at this France team and they're all going to score.
I'm with Darian. I love World Cup Mbappe. I think he just has a chip on his shoulder. Everything that happened with PSG winning 2 Champions Leagues ever since he left, all the signatures against him at Real Madrid, I think he is ready to silence everyone. He comes up in the big moments. He's always that guy for France. So I'm going to go with Mbappe.
Underestimating Messi?
He scored a hat-trick in a World Cup final. He dragged France and then scored his penalty kick. Come on.
Yeah, we just saw Messi get a hat-trick.
Yeah, against Algeria. Mbappe did it against Argentina in a final.
Zidane in goal should have saved 2 of those 3. But that's for a conversation for next time.
Anyone who goes up against Zidane is going to be the golden boot
You guys want all the smoke.
Someone in the comments has just put Kane. I know that wasn't an option, but do we think...
Yeah, Kane's a possibility.
Yeah, I think that's a really good shout. I mean, this guy's incredible. Like, I think probably one of the best all-around footballers, no matter if he's playing deeper or higher up. Yeah, that's also a team that I think has more of a supporting cast to provide a lot more assists than Argentina does right now.
He was my pick before the tournament, Kane.
If Kane can continue to take second penalties because the first one gets called back, then I think he's going to be fine.
Oh, you're cheeky, Jimmy. You are cheeky. All right, on to our next one then. Where are we? Portugal. What's more likely? Portugal benching Ronaldo or Vini Jr. leading Brazil to a World Cup final?
Oh.
I'll go with Portugal benching Ronaldo.
Really?
Yes. Just if you look at Brazil, their potential path, I don't see Vini being able to do this. I don't know if he has the character to do that. Roberto Martinez is gone after this World Cup, right? So I think eventually if it doesn't work, he can do it because he doesn't have to worry about the locker room dynamics. I think it's going to take a lot. I thought he was going to be subbed off in their first match when it wasn't working out. If he doesn't get it done against Uzbekistan, then maybe that's when it comes.
Yeah, I agree. I think benching Ronaldo, it's written on the walls that it feels like it's inevitable that it's going to happen at this point. I think the team is much better when he's on the bench and just has sort of a presence there as opposed to trying to build around him. And you're right. I agree with Marco. I don't think Vinny's the guy that can build on this throughout this tournament.
I think what's interesting is that there's this refusal of acceptance from Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, he's 41, right? I mean, that is, for him to be playing at this level is crazy. And I think that's what makes him great, that he continues to, like, I'm going to prove that I can be the guy no matter what my age is. I can be an impact player. But they would be so much more dynamic if he wasn't on the field.
Yeah.
And Roberto Martinez and his staff have to see that. So I agree with both of you.
You think they're better with Gonzalo Ramos, though?
I think that he won't get in the way of some of the other guys. That makes sense. I think Ronaldo...
He'll continue his runs.
Right, well, yeah, or continue his runs, or sometimes if there's something in the box, ball gets to the end line, Ronaldo's kind of sitting and waiting as opposed to maybe making that thankless run to create space for a teammate because he wants to be the guy that scores.
Yeah.
And that's what's made him great. I don't want to take anything away from what he's achieved, but right now, yeah.
Yeah, one comment on YouTube. Here we go, more sleeping on Brazil. What do we think?
I mean, I watched the game against Morocco.
I know. What do we think about how Vinny's performed, though? I know it was against Haiti, but he had a good game.
No, he scored a great goal against Morocco as well.
Yeah.
So he's got great individual moments of brilliance for sure.
And we always say how he isn't able to translate it into a Brazil shirt. Seems like he's doing it.
I just don't know if he's the leader that can be the player that's the X factor every single game for 90-plus minutes to make something out of nothing throughout the entire tournament to get to a final. I just don't believe it.
Also, the path that I have for Brazil to go to the World Cup final, right, because that's a question, would be Japan, Norway, England, Argentina. They will get knocked out way before.
I think what's interesting about Brazil is when you look at the spine of their team, right? That's where most of your strength is, most of your leadership is going to be. You got Alisson in goal, excellent. You got 2 center backs in Marquinhos and Gabriel, excellent, world class. They have their lack of athleticism, if Casemiro starts in midfield, gives me a little bit of concern. I'm not the biggest Lucas Paquetá fan. I think he has a lot of value. I just don't know if he fits in with the rest of the team. Bringing in Cunha, I thought was genius. So if he starts up top, that takes some pressure off of Vinny to have to be the guy, and he scored some good goals against Haiti.
And
how about their fullbacks?
Without Rafinha. Yeah, they're outside backs. We're not talking about Cafu and Dani Alves anymore. Or,
Danilo and Alexandro.
Yeah, or Roberto Carlos and Marcelo. Like, they just don't have those kind of normal Brazilian staples, you think, for their teams. So they're not the same, but I do think that I wouldn't want to face them in the knockout rounds. That's probably the biggest compliment I can pay them.
Yeah, we all agree with that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Should we move on? Let's move on. What's more likely? We get a first-time World Cup winner or we get a World Cup winner with a foreign coach? So Spain was the last nation in 2010 to win the World Cup for the first time ever. And then we've also got Tuchel, Ancelotti, Poch, Roberto Martinez, who are foreign head coaches.
It's a really good question.
That's a great question.
This is
a good one.
This one's tough.
I think Netherlands and Portugal are the obvious ones to win it for the first time.
Yeah.
That they're favorites, and I made the case for why Netherlands could go. But if I just say logically and what's more likely, I would say England are more likely to win the World Cup. And I thought it was really interesting hearing what Harry Kane said at halftime of their first match against Croatia, where Tuchel said, "Why are we scared? Why are we not attacking? If we're going to lose, let's lose." And I felt like for all the great things that Southgate did to bring England to the semifinals and 2 Euro finals, they lost those finals because they were too scared to play. They're up against Italy 1-0, and then you sit back and stop. So I think maybe Tuchel could help them unlock it.
I feel like it unchained them from this mental lock they've always had. But I'm going to go with Netherlands. I loved everything we were saying about them earlier. I've loved their performances. I think that could be a first-time World Cup winner, 100%.
Yeah, I'm on the fence. I love your argument. I love yours as well. I guess I would go with England. I think England has a better chance, Darian, than the Netherlands to get there.
No USA? We got Pochettino in the back?
Pochettino?
Well, yeah, I would love that, personally. I mean, you know how insufferable I would be if the U.S. won the World Cup? It would be absolutely amazing.
Can it get any worse than that?
Well, it could get worse. That's the scary part.
Imagine the outfit.
Yes. So I would go streaking with Will Ferrell down. That's an old shot.
Nobody wants to see that.
No, well, that's probably true. Nobody wants to see that. But it would be a lot of fun, and I would do it.
So
Moving on.
So wait, you're going what?
She just heard shrieking and lost.
I got so lost then.
She got lost in the visuals. Okay, so I'm going with England. I think England has a better chance of winning it.
Also, Portugal could do
A
both.
foreign coach winning it.
Portugal could do both.
Portugal would be
That's a good
both.
shout.
Portugal would be both. But
Do we like Portugal?
I do if Cristiano Ronaldo is not in the starting 11.
That's crazy.
No, I don't.
I don't
They
think
never
so
put the group together. There's always so much hype and talk about them. I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Midfield, though.
Yeah, it's good on
kiss.
paper. They're very good on paper, but for me, they never put it together. There's always something
agree.
that's lacking.
Yeah.
Portugal has talent. Comment we've got.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
So do about 10 other teams.
Belgium, so many golden generations, but it's not about that in the
What
World
is
Cup.
it about?
It's about putting the group together. There's many World Cup winners who say that on paper they were not the favorite to go on and win. They were more talented teams. But if you have that harmony, you have that balance, you have that mix of talent, and I just don't think also Roberto Martinez could lead them to win the World Cup.
Okay. All
Cut
right.
that out for social media.
Put that out on socials. All right, on to our last one then. We're flying through these. What's more likely? Neymar has a man of the match performance this World Cup or Ronaldo? And remember, Neymar is expected to be healthy for Brazil's final game against Scotland on Wednesday.
Wait, so it's either one of these have a man of
Neymar
the
or
match?
Ronaldo?
Ronaldo. I honestly am not sure when we will even get to see Neymar, and if we do, I imagine it'll be for 5 minutes or so. I mean, he's been nursing an injury even before this World Cup started, re-injured something as it began, is now reportedly traveling with the team, but who knows what that means.
Yeah, I don't see him starting either. And for him to get a man of the match as a super sub, he'd have to come on and be Dennis Undav for Germany against Ivory Coast. So that's a possibility, but ultimately I agree with you. I think Ronaldo would be the better choice. He's healthy. He's obviously got a chip on his shoulder.
And he's probably heard all the comments from everybody.
Right, exactly.
And he's got to play Uzbekistan on Tuesday. So I think that it could come. Also their path as well. Again,
Yeah.
I'm a numbers guy. I look at who they could potentially play, like Australia could be after that. Neymar has the potential to do it against Scotland, who's going to kick him. It's going to be difficult. So maybe if he was there against Haiti, that could have been the one that's the man of the match performance. But I will go with Ronaldo.
Also thinking of him, say he does become a sub, which I think is inevitable, him coming in for 10, 15 minutes and they just say they need to win the game, they're serving in crosses, whatever. He's the guy that you rely on that could put together a man of the match performance in 10 minutes.
Do you think it's likely we see any of them be man of the match?
Ooh.
I could see them neither one of them being man of the match. Yeah.
I agree.
It's hard to bet against Ronaldo, though, right? You just feel like, I know it wasn't good the first game.
He's inevitable.
Yeah, I feel like it's inevitable that he'll pull through eventually.
What did you make of Ancelotti bringing in Neymar with all these injuries?
I was surprised by it. I thought, he's dealt with injuries for so long, and it's unfortunate for Neymar because it's just, you see those players that are just plagued with muscle injury after muscle injury. A big thing happens, and then, you try to come back and something else is affected because you're compensating, and your heart goes out to him. But I think the logic in bringing him is how much he can bring this team together just by those players that have the presence, the aura that makes you want to wear that crest even harder and go into tackles harder. So I understand that, but I am not so certain if we'll see him much, if at all, in this tournament.
I think when the rosters got expanded from 23 to 26, you could take a flyer on one or two players, and the noise around not bringing him might have been louder than if you just bring him and see how he does. So ultimately, I think Carlo Ancelotti leaned into his experience, knowing what was probably best for the team and maybe for his own stress levels throughout the tournament. Like, I'll just bring this guy along. Hopefully we can nurse him. And obviously, if he comes in and is healthy and is ready to go, he can be one of the top players in the world.
We interviewed Pato on the Golazo network as well, and he said that. He goes, the conversation around Neymar is bigger than even the tournament itself beforehand.
Yeah.
Every question started off to Ancelotti. Are you bringing Neymar? Are you bringing Neymar? As you mentioned, Ancelotti's the best man manager in the world. He knows that potentially could have been a distraction. And if Neymar is willing to accept the role, which he has with some of his injuries, I think it made more sense that they had to bring him than to not bring him.
Yeah. One other comment we got, Japan, first-time winners. I know we've mentioned them already in this show, but they have got they made an announcement, didn't they, the Japanese Football Association, saying by 2050, our aim is to win a World Cup.
By
2026.
I know, but
By 2050.
Okay.
Hell, why not?
Why not have goals?
Yeah.
Set goals in life.
We don't think
that seems
it's
achievable.
A bit of a stretch for this World Cup.
No, not this World Cup.
Yeah, I don't think this World Cup, and I think because Jimmy pointed out, they have a lot of injuries to their mainstay players, the players that are scoring goals that really lead this team, and they're proving to be a team that anybody can score. They can rely on everybody. They have a deeper bench than I think I anticipated Japan coming into this, but it's a long tournament, and you're going to play against even heftier opposition than what we've seen so far, so 2050, hell yeah.
2050 to
Why not?
2026.
Yeah.
Okay. And one other comment, Brazil for World Cup with Ancelotti. We've spoken about how good Ancelotti is.
I mean, if anybody's going to do it with Brazil, who's a foreign manager, it's going to be him. Since he's taken over, Vini's scored, I think, 5 goals in those 12 games that he's been in charge of. I feel like that's only going to improve. He's kind of a Vini whisperer, and that's important, right? And then you have other players that he can bring in and try to mesh. He's really good at the man management side, and so I couldn't actually think of anybody better. The respect that he gets, too, because of everything he's accomplished, I think goes a long way, not only from the players, but from the press. The fans, not all the fans are always going to be pleased. You probably have a different perspective on this, Marco, but it's possible. But when I see Rafinha coming out with an injury, a couple other players, I don't know. Brazil should be in the conversation. Well, I don't know. I feel like you're ready to jump in.
No. Just, I look at their fullbacks. I see Danilo and Alexandro still on the roster, and to me, they just don't scare me anymore. We used to lose to Brazil before you played them. Now they don't give me that sense of fear.
That's fair.
They would really have to put it together, and I just think there's too many other good teams.